Hello and welcome to the 49th Brecknock Young Farmers Rally and Show, which this year is taking place at Llanavon Farm near Bilthwells on Saturday the 6th of June 1992. We seem to be very lucky with the weather. It's a fine sunny morning. We haven't seen much of this weather lately. In fact, we've had quite a lot of rain in the last few days.
Hiya, Frankie!
Hello, Dave. Are you in the seniors, are you?
Yeah. Second time round.
Senior citizens, then, yeah.
I know it is a young farmers' rally, but we do need the older generation to help with the organising and, of course, some of the judging. Here's the rally president, Mr. Rhys Jones from Llanavon Farm. His brother Roy is one of the deputy presidents, along with Mr. Gareth Jones. And I've seen Roy here somewhere now. And here's also one of the younger members of the Jones family. It's now about 11 o'clock in the morning and competitions are well underway. This is what's called the Great Egg Race, where 3 members of each club have to build a device which they can use to launch projectiles across the field. It's similar to what was used in medieval times to knock down castle walls and barricades and so forth. Although I don't know whether some of these devices would actually knock much over. In medieval times, big rocks were used as projectiles, but today our competitors are using plastic bags full of water. The projectiles, which are launched using the homemade device, have to be caught by one of the competitors and placed into a bucket. Oh dear, we have a disaster here. I think we're bending the rules a little bit here. The winners at the end of the competition will be the team that gets the most water in the bucket. Thank goodness the whistle goes. That's the end of the competition. Some of our competitors were getting very wet indeed. And some of the spectators too. Although it's fine and sunny outside, quite a few of the competitions are taking place in the farm buildings. The Lucky Wedding Token competition has just finished, and that will be judged any moment now. The cookery competition has been underway for quite some time. Here 2 members from each club have to prepare a 2-course meal for 2 people. That's the main course and sweets. And they have to use a number of given ingredients. But I think they aren't allowed to choose 2 ingredients of their own choice. So we should see some quite different menus here today. The time allowed for this competition is 1.5 hours. Flower arrangements can be used to help with the display of the finished meal, and menu cards must also be provided. Here's the judge in the cookery section, Mrs. Julie Jones from Hundred House. She's very lucky indeed, because in a few minutes' time she will have to sample all the cooking. She may have to go on a diet next week, though. This sounds like an interesting competition, and where young farmers can use their imagination. Here they have to make an item from baler twine, and as we all know, there's lots of string lying around on our farms. I wonder what ideas they'll come up with. Here's our judge, Mr. Eric Williams from Llandovery. Here we have a very attractive table mat woven in red and blue string. I suppose we are limited a little bit with colours. The time allowed for this competition is only 1 hour, so the competitors have worked hard. I must say I really like this display, a pot puree basket made from baler twine. Whoever made this ought to start up their own little business. Over now to the stock judging, and we start with the sheep section. Here 1 member from each club has to judge a pen of Suffolk and a pen of Welsh half-bred sheep. I think most of our young farmers will be able to place the sheep in the right order, but a little later on they have to give their reasons to the judges, and that's where it gets a little difficult. The judge for the Welsh half-breds is Mr. Alan Bennett from Llanbister, and for the Suffolks it's Mr. Dennis Nixon from Builthwells. Some of our competitors are having a bit of trouble cornering the Suffolk sheep, so we're making the pens a bit smaller. No, we haven't moved to another farm. We're still at Llanavon, and this is the farm sign competition. These signs, which have been made beforehand, have been brought to the rally here today and displayed on a suitable post. I believe these exhibits have been judged by the judge, Mr. John Wyatt from Landrindod Wells. This is the winning exhibit. It's been made by Martin Gwilym, who's a member of the host club, Troedodala. It's a magnificent sign, and he can make one for me anytime. There's a lot of interest in the club scrapbook competition, but the craft competition has just started behind me. Here, 2 members from each club have to give a live demonstration of a craft or a craft skill, and this is supported by a commentary and display.
Masks are usually shaped over the bowls with paper mache strips. Today, I will show you how to make a cat mask using paper mache strips. Firstly, you smear the Vaseline over the mold, making sure you have a good layer so that it doesn't stick. I need new pressure tools. One of the joys of working with paper is that it's cheap and small, allowing you to
Here we have another interesting competition where club members under 14 years of age have to make an animal out of any fruit. The time allowed is half an hour. Here's the judge, Miss Ruth Jones from Llanfarid. I think next weekend Ruth will be competing in the Radnorshire Young Farmers Rally. I thought this competitor was just about to fry his little animal, but we're on to another competition. This is the boys' cookery. Here, one member under 26 years of age has to prepare a one-course meal to impress his girlfriend. I should think that when you're dressed like this, you're bound to impress the girls. A quick look now at some of the floral exhibits entitled Celebration. These have been done by members under 16 years of age, and the winning entry has been done by Leah Taylor from Beulah. The aim here is to make an exhibit which can be used to decorate a buffet table. Second place goes to Tracy Jones from Troedodala. What's his name? What you calling him? You're not supposed to eat it, you know. What? We're not too sure what this young competitor from Beulah has got behind that screen, but hopefully he'll turn it round in a minute. Here it is at last. It looks like an octopus to me.
H-E-D-G-E. Hedge.
Back with the boys' cookery, and obviously this young man's girlfriend likes mushrooms. Well, she's having some in any case. Here's one of the pre-rally competitions. It's a photographic competition. The theme is before, during and after.
Able to tell is expecting her second in the not too distant future. She works full-time from her home in Wiltshire and has direct responsibility for the National Trust's Operation Neptune.
This is the video competition. Here 3 members from each club are given a camcorder and all the associated equipment and have to stage an interview with a celebrity. They're allowed 15 minutes for setting up and the interview must not exceed 5 minutes. I don't think I'd stand much chance here.
On styles at the moment, and it's very heavy carrying Jonathan, but no, at the moment.
What problems do you feel that mothers who are unable to enjoy such a situation face?
Well, I think that.
I know I'm not going to win that video competition. They look like 3 professionals to me. So let's take a look now at the shearing. And I think there are 2 competitors just about to start. The one on the left, I know his name's Rob, but he's got it on the back of his shirt. The judges for all the shearing competitions are Mr. Robin Lloyd from Painscastle and Mr. Brian Pugh from Nantmore. And each member has to shear 2 sheep and roll the wool. Each club can enter 2 members in each of the shearing sections as long as one of the members is a girl. This is Brian Pugh from Nantmore judging the sheep in the pens. Back with the stock judging, and I think this must be a new competition, horse judging. A member from each club has to place and give reasons on 1 ring of 4 Section D cobs. The time allowed is 15 minutes for inspection and handling and a further 2 minutes for the competitors to give their reasons to the judge, who is Mr. Gwyn Jones from Aberystwyth.
What?
Let me bring you up to date with a few of the results. The winners in the Great Egg Race was the team from Beulah, and second place went to Libanus. In the sheep judging competition, first goes to Philip Jones and Andrew Price from Irwood, and in second place, Johan Jones and Clive Mills from Troedradalla. Some winners now in the pre-rally competitions. The club minute book was won by Deleth Jones from Beulah. The club scrapbook, Catherine Wilson from Pontvein. The poster, Free Market 1992, first was Thomas Stair from Bilth Wells, and the photographs before, during and after are tied there between Nicola Davis from Beulah and Mark Griffin from Pontvane. Over now to the forestry competition, which has just started. Here 4 members from each club have to make and hang a small 5-bar hunting gate. The time allowed here is 2 hours. It sounds a long time, but there's quite a lot of work involved. The digging looks good here at Glenavon Farm. I remember this competition last year at the Radnorshire Young Farmers Rally. Then the competitors had to make a piece of garden furniture. And there were some really excellent seats and tables made. I'm not too sure of the design of a 5-bar hunting gate. Obviously it should have 5 rails, but I think it's a gate that should open either way. Well, as time goes on, we should find out.
Number 13.
This is the team from Pontvane.
This is 14.
These are the lads from Sennybridge, and the judge for the forestry competition is Mr. Brendan Fell from Brecon. This is the novelty birthday cake competition. Here 1 member from each club under 18 years of age has to decorate a novelty birthday sponge with butter icing. All the work has to be done today, but I suspect that perhaps the sponges have been made beforehand. The time allowed for this competition is only 1 hour. I'm sure that's not long enough to mix and cook a sponge and then decorate it afterwards. Well, here's our judge, Mrs. Ann Edwards from Raider. This young lady from Beulah has cut her sponge into a number of rather odd shapes, but remember it's a novelty birthday cake, and I can see now what it is. It's going to take the shape of a cat, and she's now got to cover that all with butter icing. Mrs. Margaret Evans from Bilth Wells is judging some of the floral arrangements entitled Recollections, and these have been done by members under 26 years of age. Believe it or not, that's a novelty birthday cake. There's a sponge underneath there somewhere. Let's have a quick look now at some items and objects made out of leather. The winning entry has been done by Sarah Jane Gwilym from Troydodala. It's a leather jacket. It must have taken weeks to make that, I would think. Here's the second prize, a pair of shearing boots made by Gareth Price from Pontvane. And here's a couple of competitors in the shearing competition who could most probably do with a pair of boots.
So that's been the next problem. The contractors are going to be...
We're out on the field now for the tractor bale handling competition, and our judge, Mr. Elwyn Evans from MSF at Landrinded Wells, is explaining to 2 teams what they have to do. It's rather complicated, I think, but each team has to load 60 bales of straw onto a trailer, and then the tractor and trailer is driven around a rather complicated obstacle course, and then the bales have to be unloaded once again. It's a competition against the clock, and points will be deducted for any bales which are broken or reckless driving or anything like that. Both teams are now ready to start. Off they go. I think the team over there is from Sennybridge. I'm not too sure. But the other team is the host club, Troydodala, and they're pretty fit too. 4 members in each team, 2 males and 2 females. All the work has to be done by hand, no picles, ropes or anything like that. So it could be sore on the hands by the end of the day.
Not too much out.
The load has to be kept as narrow as possible because the obstacle course is not very wide and I don't think there's much room for manoeuvring. Very good driving, and I think the host club is just in front, but there's not much in it. That was close then. I wonder did our judge see that? Good reversing by both teams. Now they've got to unload the trailer. It's going to be a very close finish, but the host club is a bale or 2 in front at the moment. That might be 1 or 2 seconds, but it's not all over yet. It is a close finish. Troydodala may have won on time, but I don't know if any penalty points have been deducted.